brake pads. I'm applying pressure like the tires, them flats. I'm applying pressure like your time's been bad. Put me in the face of danger, still stand, rather go and get better. I ain't going outside. Why is it death where you don't understand? How many times do I have to express that ain't part of the plan? We living life for as long as we can. Smelling like the plane just land. Smoking that boat just reach. Dogtown Beach. That mean another mission complete. Big force, man, essence. I know frankincense and murder. It's a murder. I just put the homie somewhere in the dirt. Then I turn around and put my whole soul in a verse. Try to throw me in the fire. I emerge on a mission and it gotta work out like fitness. Man, I even eat from morning, no food in the kitchen. Still I take on life.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. So this is the first for us. We are doing a live match preview. I normally just do a video for this, and then we have like a match reaction afterwards, where we have like individual thoughts and everything like that. But going forward, we're going to try and do like a live preview before the game, and then afterwards we'll have our reactions, and then we'll do like a bit more of a deep dive between the three of us on a Monday evening. So
just getting my takeaway.
So we are a little bit running late, guys. That's on me. I've come back from my work, just been burying my my uncle today, not to bring the mood down, but yeah, that is the reason why we're a little bit late today. But yes, as I say, we're going to be talking about the match preview for Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. Maybe some match predictions. I don't mind doing one because I've done one today. Well, it's gone live today over on Mighty Reds _97 on Instagram with Brandon. I have done one of them for today. So yeah, that is on there with that. Welcome, Doug. Hope you're doing well, mate. I think you may be one of the people I may be reaching out to getting on the show, mate, if you're interested. Yeah, I'll probably be reaching out to you shortly, pal. I think we've got Martin here now. There we go. Martin's with us. Hope you're doing well.
Hola. Yeah, man. Me like proper well good, brother.
Sean's takeaway has just arrived, so he's
mate, he can't get any more fatter.
What do you think about the new do that I've got going on, Martin? I got this done today before I went to the funeral.
Do you know what you look,
this,
mate?
Right?
You look like
this, lads. Martin, shut up for a minute. Wait until you hear this. All, I mean, you know, a few people with the thumbs and downs and whatnot. The guy now is like, a load of people are now commenting on his lovely blue eyes. He's now, you know, he's getting female and male admirers. Do you know? I
don't know if you've seen it, Martin, over on Mighty Reds 97. He put up his match preview that he asked me to do, right? And one of the comments is, I love the blue eyes or something. And I was just like, we had someone saying it other day. Was it one of my videos? Or was it the live stream, Shauna, where they're on about it? It must be these lights here. It's these lights.
Blue eyes, he said.
Who are you on about here?
Me?
You got sexy eyes. Ooh, sexy eyes.
And you know what? If you join the members and you win a prize, you will win a evening with Adam Blue Eyes Naylor. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, you look like him off for This Is England.
Yeah, I can see that. What are you doing? What's happening near you?
I've got washing machine on, mate. Sorry.
All right.
Going off in a minute.
I can see that. To be fair, I can see that. I was like, I need to tidy up a little bit for my uncle's funeral, and I was like, but I don't want to get it all shaved off, so I've gone for a
mate, he was laughing at you going, you fucking pillock. Yeah, that wrong. Shocked.
Probably what, to be fair. Probably what. Well, I've done it now. I like it.
Listen, at least he shares a day with the legends, Sven. Boom, on my lucky day.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So wait for Sean to come back, but I don't know if you've seen any of this stuff through the news lately, boys, what I've been covering on the videos lately. Like with Liverpool have been linked heavily with some centre backs. Do you reckon that's something that Liverpool should be focusing on? And also Luis Diaz again has been linked with a new contract. I personally think that should be like last thing that Liverpool even thinking about right now. I'll hand it over to you, Matt, and you go first, mate. What do you think? Like new contract for Diaz and the centre backs that we're starting to be linked with.
Okay, well, you know my opinion on Diaz last year. I thought he was useless. Do you know what, mate? I'd slam him a new contract straight down. Trent's going anyway. And yeah, I will bring. What's he doing there? Are you emptying your chips? Yeah. But yeah, I do think we need some centre backs.
Yeah, 100%.
But I do feel that Trent is going to go. If I'm reading right, and I know stuff can be clickbait, the contract that's been offered or something, he didn't want it. So I say bye.
I'm not sure. Like, gut feeling right now, I reckon Salah signs, and I didn't think that to start with. I think Salah gets a new deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Van Dijk gets a new deal. I still think Trent's going to get a new deal, but I think now it's reversed. Whereas I thought Salah was the least likely to sign. I'm starting to think that Trent's the least likely to sign now.
I reckon, right, and you've got to hear me out on this one. I reckon Trent's going to go to Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, really?
Yeah.
What's your thought process behind that?
I'm just thinking outside the box. There's no reasons for it. I can't see him going to Madrid. He won't get gameplay there. He knows he's seen seen what's happened to Coutinho, Suarez, everyone who left Liverpool and went to Spain never really got in. Apart from Suarez, Coutinho got fucked over. Torres. Well, did he go to Spain? I can't remember if he went to Spain. Anyway, whoever left Liverpool and went to Spain made the careers dipped. He'll end up back at Villa.
Well, I think I remember seeing some comments regarding is either the manager or the president of Real, just either Ancelotti or Perez, where basically one of them turned around and said, "Yeah, we'd like Trent, but he wouldn't be guaranteed the starting berth at Real Madrid."
Where in Germany he would.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he'd be linking up with Harry Kane again.
Yeah, or he could go Juve.
I think that's where I think if Van Dijk was to leave, Italy's the most likely chance of where he goes. To be fair, I could see Van Dijk at Juve.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, or Inter Milan or something like that. I was having a quick browse then while I wait for Sean to come back, and I was just seeing that apparently they're on about Zubamendi here again.
No, I don't want him, mate.
Basically, the Real Sociedad president has opened renewal talks over a new contract to fend off further interest from Liverpool. Basically, the quotes here are: "There's been no conversation with Zubamendi to renew the contract. There hasn't been one now, and there hasn't been one before. He didn't put any conditions on us, so I guess that means conditions on staying."
Yeah.
He understood the moment and knew that it was the market in which some players were already going to leave, and he understood it was time to stay at Real Sociedad. He has not made it a condition for us to renew, nor have we talked about it. The condition with Martin was short and quick. Now,
will he have kept his release clause in it, though, or do you ask him to take it out?
Well, yeah, he hasn't said out one way or another, has he? I mean, like, I think Liverpool could have triggered his release clause, but I think with everybody else leaving, like that Marino, who's gone to Arsenal, I feel like the club kind of pressured him into staying at Real Sociedad after the Liverpool thing. John here says that Trent's
it's last spin, so it's going up in a minute. It's when it says number 1 on a washing machine, mate, is the biggest lie to man ever.
Sounds like you're doing someone's teeth. What?
I forgot you were here. Chippy, get on.
John says here that Trent's not leaving. JT reckons that all three gets new deals. Probably the main reason why they freed up so much wages from fringe players. It makes sense. I could see the reasoning behind that. Evening, Scott. Hope you're doing well. I actually will be on Scott's podcast next week, if I remember rightly. Next Saturday, I'm jumping on there. Bon, I said from day one out of the three that I would have let Trent leave. I know he's younger out of the three, but Liverpool would not play any different if he left. Well, they've got a ready-made replacement, and they've got Connie Bradley there. I don't think he's as good as Trent right now, but I think he could reach them levels 100%.
Yeah, but how's he going to get as good as Trent if he's sat on the bench or in a youth team or whatever? He needs to be on the field playing.
Exactly. So that, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've got 7 games coming up now in what, 3 weeks. So you would think that they're going to start rotating. Excuse me, start rotating the side a little bit more than they have been. You know, it's a shame that Elliot got injured when he did because I feel like he would have played, especially like midweek or something like that.
Yeah.
Here you go for you, Martin. Here's one for you. Marty Reds, this is what me and Sean have just done. He also needs to get a score prediction from you at some time.
Well, I was just about to say that. So, I reckon tomorrow we keep a clean sheet.
Again.
And we're going to, I think we're going to hit Forest for 4.
4-0.
4-0. And I'm going to say Diaz 2, Salah, and Van Dijk off at header.
Okay. I'm just waiting on Sean to come back to show you my starting 11 because I've got one change. I'm changing one player in my starting 11 from the past 3 games. Normally, I would have thought we would just stick with the.
Sean, what's that on your chin, lad?
What?
What's that on your chin?
There's so many things I could fucking say in that one.
Go on, Adam. What's your 11?
Bond's going with 3-0 Liverpool, which I think is what I mentioned on my.
Yeah, I said 3-0 as well.
So my 11, guys, is. We'll find it a minute. Where's it gone? There you go. So the only player I'm changing is Jota out for Nunes. I think.
Has Jota got an injury?
That's a good shout, that.
No, I just think Nunes has not gone away for international because he's been banned from the games.
Yeah.
He's had more time under slot to get used to it because he didn't really get much of a pre-season. So I think Nottingham Forest, and I think you played Jota against AC Milan. So Nottingham Forest, probably the easier team out of the 2 of them. You chuck Nunes at him and see what he can do.
I'm going to change my prediction. I'm going to keep it at 4-0. I'm going to say Nunes scores.
The only other question...
I don't think Nunes will play. I think
Jota will play. Yeah. I was saying the other day, I really, really like how Slot keeps players in their same positions. You know, like under Klopp, not knocking him, but if Gakpo was to play, you wouldn't know if he were going as number 9 or out on the left. Whereas through the first 3 games, we know if Gakpo comes on, he's replacing Diaz. If Chiesa comes on, he's replacing Salah. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like he's already said to him, right, you're my left winger, you're my right winger, you're my striker. Like, and I like that. So the players know what's expected of them every time they go on the pitch. They're not kind of like, oh well, I don't have to press as much this time. I don't have to drop back as much this time. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, the only other question mark I've got in this starting 11 is McAllister because he picked up a little bit of a knock during the international break. So I'm not too sure whether he starts and then you put someone like Jones in alongside Gravenberch. I don't know. Like
I think let's take Salah out of the equation. I think Gravenberch has been our best player this season.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He is first on that team sheet. I guarantee you, mate.
Yeah. John says, go on, mate. John says Bradley could play right, Trent could play left, or Bradley could play right mid, and Trent could play his own position. Scott reckons that Nunes will start. Bond said is McAllister fit. He did play some minutes in the last game for Argentina against Colombia, I think, but he didn't play the full match, so I'm not too sure. Scott says I also like how Slot has given players a run of games before changing the team up par the odd change. Yeah, I agree with that. Oz, look forward to this game. I expecting a win and 3 points. It's a must distance ourselves from Arsenal and Co. I agree with that, pal. And then also, just to say, Foz is telling people to hit the likes and also subscribe to the channel, guys. You know, let's get them numbers up, guys. So, what are you thinking then, Martin, for starting 11?
I think he's going to keep it how it is. How it was on the last game. I don't think he's going to break. He's going to fix a problem that's not there.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I think he'll make changes earlier due to people being away in international break. But I feel he's going to go the same way with the previous team that we've had out. And then around 60 minutes, he's going to bring fresh legs on.
Yeah. Do you think we see is it just Chiesa make his
Yeah, I think he comes on 10 minutes from the end.
He would
really?
Yeah.
For Salah? Yeah, for Salah.
Mm.
Yeah. Sean,
It's at Anfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Anfield. Yeah. Scott wants a food review, Sean.
Considering that I literally shoveled it into my mouth because, oh, pardon me, Jesus.
Forget the food. It's the shop.
Nice. It's nice. I'll just explain my day, guys. I've literally gone from work, had to take the dog to the vet, and then I literally got some food. So I've been kind of up the wall. But the food is good. Just don't order a Chinese in my hometown because it's right beside the vets, and that nearly poisoned me. So there you go.
You want me to buy your dog? I can cook it.
Oh God.
In terms of the lineup, the only changes I would make would be Nunes. I think Jota still plays. I think there's a big question mark over McAllister. Obviously with his knock, whether he's going to be fully fit, I don't know. I think Slot kind of keeps his cards close to his chest, doesn't really reveal all that much in the press conference. So it's really hard to know. I don't think he's one of these managers that waits until the 65th or the 70th or the 80th minute to make a change. I think if he needs to make a change, he make it early if he needs to, or before the hour. So
yeah, that's where Klopp was quite predictable.
Yeah,
you knew roughly when he was going to do it. And Slot, he's like Sean always just said, if it needs to be done on the 39th minute, it's getting done then.
Yeah. Gary Richards reckons it's going to be 7-0. His team is Alisson, Trent, Kanate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Gravenberch, Endo, Jones, Szoboszlai, Salah. Unless that's the people who think it's going to score, actually. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4?
I don't. What, Alisson scores?
Maybe.
Right, come on. That was a bit of a dig there. We can't put Forest in the same bag as United. Forest are the better team.
Scott reckons we should be cautious with Jota due to his injury record. I would be treating Chiesa just like that. Can we just think it as well? Like between the three of us here, how are you pronouncing his name? Is it Chiesa or is it Chiesa?
Chiesa.
Fucking injured. That's how I pronounce him. No, Chiesa.
Chiesa.
Yeah, Chiesa.
Chiesa.
That's how I pronounce it, but the Italians probably Chiesa. I don't know.
Montepicchio.
Let's see how they pronounce him when he scores.
Good shout. I just wanted to as well.
Scored again. He scored his first goal at Anfield in front of the cup.
So I've got a bit of news here as well from some match facts for you. So in the head-to-head, Nottingham Forest have not won an away game at Liverpool for 27 matches in all competitions since they beat Liverpool 2-0 in February of 1969.
I can't see that ending.
Forest's first Premier League fixture at Anfield was a goalless draw in 1993, and they've lost each of their last 6 visits to Anfield. Liverpool news: Arne Slot is vying to become the first manager to win his opening 4 Premier League games without conceding a single goal. So if that happens, that'd be a new league record. I'm reading that by. The only Premier League sides to win their first 4 top flight games of the season without conceding were Chelsea in 2005 and Man City in 2015. So it's just a team record then. Salah could become the second player to score in each of the Liverpool's opening 4 fixtures in a Premier League. The last person to do that was Daniel Sturridge in 2013. And Diogo Jota has 6 goals in 5 appearances against Nottingham Forest. Just couple of bits for Forest here. It says that Forest can win their first 2 away games in a Premier League season for the second time, not having done so since 94 and 95. They were unbeaten in 4 Premier League matches for the first time under their manager now. They've won 2, drawn 2. Forest have registered a league high of 10 direct attacks this season, while their direct speed per meters per second progressed up the field in open play is only second to Bournemouth.
Boys, sorry Adam, I'll be back in a few minutes. Just got to help her undo the shopping.
Get out.
All right, it's up.
What was I up to? Oh, Chris Wood has scored 13 goals in 19 top flight games under Forest's head coach. The New Zealander has failed to score, though, in all 11 appearances against Liverpool. And Nuno Espirito Santo has lost all 7 Premier League matches as a manager against Liverpool, conceding 13 goals and only scoring 1. So that obviously means Wolves as well as Nottingham Forest.
Can I just say something to that? And I don't know whether I was punked or whatever, but I just saw it there this morning that Brighton's manager got Manager of the Month. What,
yeah, but that guy is the same age as me.
Yeah, and Slot is the same age as me.
I don't know. I think it's just because of how young he is and how inexperienced he is.
But like, I mean, you know, are they just giving them away just for the age or what? Like, I genuinely, I think Slot should have got that.
Yeah, you would have thought so. Not conceding a goal. Yeah.
Hasn't conceded any goals. Brighton have.
Have they done the player yet of the month now? Do you know?
It's probably gone to Harry Maguire or something. I don't know.
I don't know. If anyone knows in the chat, let us know. Scott agrees with you, Shano, that Slot should have won that award.
There you go, Scott. You should be putting me on your podcast instead of this blue-eyed guy.
A few notes for you from Slot's press conference earlier on today. In terms of contract talks, he basically turned around and said that he wouldn't be answering those questions.
Yeah.
About Caoimhín Kelleher, he said that he wants to leave Liverpool to be number 1 as the club looks like they're going to be chosen in a different direction after they signed Mamadashvili. You know, he said he's basically said, I would be really worried if a player said they didn't care about playing first team football. At this moment, it's clear that Alisson is number 1, but last year he played many games. He handles the situation really well. He said that Alexis McAllister is expected to be available after being forced off with the injury that we spoke about earlier on. Harvey Elliott's injury, which is a fractured foot, is a big disappointment for him and us, but it gives the chance to somebody else. You know what? I kind of like how fucking ruthless he is, me.
Slash, absolutely. Yeah.
I love how ruthless he is. When you read that then, when it was kind of like, oh, well, you know, it's bad news for him, bad news for us, but it gives someone else a chance. Yeah. Like, I love that, me.
I think Mr. Tin Hag should really take lessons on how to deal with the press, Ernest Slot style, because I thought the way he answered that question about Caoimhín Kelleher was incredible. Absolutely incredible. He could have said nothing about it. He could have said something smirk or, you know, a snide remark about it. Could have kind of disrespected Caoimhín Kelleher. Could have done anything that you've seen 1,000 times by other managers. But in fairness, he actually gave him a glowing kind of review, and just said, look, I'd be surprised if a player of his caliber would want to sit on the bench. So unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
On Chiesa, he said that he could play against Forest as he's now trained with the team 3 or 4 times. And I think obviously during the international break, he was with the under-21s. Ryan Gravenberch has took his chances, he said, and benefits from how the team are now playing and the structure of the team. I think everybody would agree with that. Like, again, I think as Martin said at the beginning of the stream, Gravenberch is probably one of the best players of the team so far this year. Come on, leaps and bounds. I just hope he keeps it going, basically.
Yeah.
On Nottingham Forest, he said that they haven't lost a game this season. So they're in a good place and it'll be a tough match.
I think he's been very respectful of Forest.
Yeah, and as well, like Nottingham Forest, when you look back at the history of our club, they were up there with Manchester United at one point as one of Liverpool's biggest rivals back in the 80s and like late 70s. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I kind of agree with that. About losing players to the international break, he says there's a lot of quality in his squad and it's a great opportunity for some players to play 90 minutes. On Liverpool not conceding a goal to date, in an ideal world, we don't need Alisson, but the reality is that it's a team performance that we don't concede, and that comes from putting in a lot of work without the ball.
Yeah.
So again, I think he's praising the team there, but he's also kind of stressing again this thing that he does as well. Like when people have been talking about how good Salah's playing, mentioned it in one of the live streams of the week, where he doesn't single out one player. He's all about the team, which I think again is pretty good. And then in a response to the likelihood that he would rotate players during the busy period ahead, he basically said that at my former teams, we were almost playing every game with the same players, but it's a different league. I might have to adjust that. It will depend on how they show themselves physically. So again, that's not too bad there, is it?
I think he didn't use kind of internationals as an excuse. He said he was kind of happy, that some players got 90 minutes, and in particular Trent. He says, he kind of looked tired in the last game, but he looked like he can handle 90 minutes. But going back to, I suppose, the comment about the clean sheets and what have you, he was reluctant to kind of, just heap the praise solely on the defense or Alisson, and basically said it's a team effort, which it is.
Yeah. Miss Goose is with us. It says, why do other countries have our 3 o'clock kickoffs and we have to wait to look at Gary Lineker's rubber head on match of the day? I think the short answer is basically to try and encourage people to go to their local games, that from like leagues lower down. I think that's basically the end all be all of it all. Brighton has had harder 3 games that could have shared it. I'll have to look at that, see what that is. Miss Guzzi again. Remember, Ipswich manager got manager of the year in 2022, in 2002 when Houllier won the treble. Yeah, did he really? Was that Mick McCarthy? When did he manage Ipswich at some point?
I don't think it was then. I'm not too sure actually who the manager was.
And Guy Richards says that Slot can't fail with this squad. Adam and Shauna. So again, we have got a good squad. Let's have a look.
Yeah, but I mean, we've also got a very thin squad as well, Gary. A few additions wouldn't have gone astray. I personally think anyway. I think Adam agrees with me on that one.
Where was I? Let's move up a bit. So apparently, talking again about rotating the squad, he added that anyone wanting first team football will have to earn it. It depends on what they show. Yeah. I assume that they all want to play every game. So if they want to, they have to show up every time, also in quality, but also in work rate. So again, he's putting the onus on the players to basically be like, I'm picking you. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's some quotes here again about the contracts where he basically said that it's not a distraction. It's again going to be the boring answer you're going to get from me every time you ask. As long as there's no news, we won't be talking about the contract situation. Is it a distraction? No, it isn't, because I'm fully focused on the individuals and the team. They are a part of the team, and I am trying to work with them in the best possible way to get the best out of them. It is not a distraction for me at all. But again, it won't be because he's not involved with it. It's not his job.
It's not his job. And I mean, people need to realize that, and they need to stop asking the second question. I almost feel like they're trying to kind of dump that on him. You know, well, the reason why this player's not signing a contract is because you're the manager or whatever, or you have a disagreement or whatever. But the guy has absolutely no say in contracts whatsoever. And he's been very clear about that. And I personally think, going back to what I was saying earlier, I really, have to commend Slot on how he approaches the press conferences and how he, answers the questions. This is a guy that hasn't even been a full, I don't know, 3 months or 4 months, in the country, managing Liverpool, and he's 3 games in. This will be the 4th one, and he's absolutely bossing the press conference. And again, Mr. Tin Hag might want to take a look at him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think, let me have a look, see if I've got anything more on here for the Liverpool match. No, but right, Sean, before we do like some score predict, well, I think we've already done all that and everything like that. But
Yeah.
we are going to touch on the Man City thing as like a final topic, guys. Sean wants to talk about that.
Yes.
But before we get into that, Sean, I thought what we'd do is look at Liverpool's fixtures that are coming up.
Okay.
And see if you can see any sort of slips, banana skins, or anything like that. So obviously we'll play Forest tomorrow at 3:00. We then play AC Milan in Milan at 8:00 on Tuesday. We come back to Anfield again for a home fixture against Bournemouth. We then play Wednesday in the League Cup against West Ham. League Cup, Sean, a question for you, and a question for the chat as well. Do you think Liverpool play a strong squad in that? Strong team, sorry. Or do you reckon they go with kids and hope for the best?
That's a good question. I mean, not having Slot as manager or head coach, it's hard to know. I personally think Slot wants to win a domestic cup, so I think he'll put on a strong squad.
Mm-hmm. After the League Cup game on the Wednesday, we play late night Saturday against Wolves away. We then got Bologna at home in the Champions League. And then we've got a 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday against Crystal Palace away. And then that's then followed up by a home fixture against Chelsea at 4:30 the Sunday following. And then just to finish off October, I think, probably before the international break again, we go to Leipzig away. So any of them games are you worried about? Are you worried about Chelsea at home, the back end of October?
The way I approach every game, Adam, is this: that if you don't give the respect that your opposition deserves, any game could be theirs. Any game. And we could be like an injury away from dropping points. We could be 2 or 3 injuries away from dropping points. You're obviously going to worry about, with the amount of fixtures that we have in the up and coming days or weeks, that's going to play a toll on us. And obviously after an international, you're going to be worried that we've lost a bit of momentum. So I take it. I'm worried about every game. I suppose the Chelsea game, you're going to kind of think, they're going to be up to much. But they are kind of like a wounded animal, and they could really surprise people if we don't respect them. So I mean,
what about the first 3 Champions League games then? Like obviously we start off with AC Milan away next week. I personally am not too worried about that one because I don't know. I just kind of got a feeling we'll batter AC Milan, and I don't know why. Bologna at home, I don't reckon we'd lose that one. I've got a funny feeling about Leipzig away, especially after just playing Chelsea. That could be a difficult game. But I don't know. Again, The only one in this that I think Liverpool could potentially lose is probably the League Cup match against the West Ham, because at some point during this, he's going to have to rotate and he's going to have to rest certain players. Now, I don't think he'll rest many against Milan, because you want to start the Champions League off on a good foot. Bournemouth are playing well, so then you get the League Cup match. Okay, maybe rest a few players there, and then you've got the Premier League back again, so then you probably put full team out again. I don't know. I know you mentioned that you think you might want to win a trophy or something, but I've kind of got a little bit of a funny feeling. He may not.
I'm worried about the Champions League, to be honest with you. I think they've completely destroyed that tournament. I really do. I just think the whole format, to me, I don't understand. It's an extra 2 games, and whatever setup it is. I mean, we're now seeded, with very, very good teams. AC Milan and fucking Real Madrid. I mean, that's fucking. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's going to kill the tournament. So I'm not very confident about the Champions League, if I'm honest with you. I want us to perform. I want us to do well, but it doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel right, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
I get you. Let's have a look at some of the comments that people have been putting in. So where was up to? Miscuze, it was a guarantee we would get injuries and one extra midfielder was needed. Every transfer window is so frustrating, yeah. Especially with losing Elliott. We've got Jones back. On Jones, before we go any further, Sean, I've got a sneaky suspicion this could be his last season at Liverpool if he don't pull something out of the bag. I don't know.
You see, I don't know. I mean, you could say that. You could say that about Elliott.
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say, if you had to keep one of them, who would you keep?
Oh, Elliott, hands down. Don't even have to think about that. Elliott. I mean, because if you remember that the last 2 seasons, or before Klopp left, there was talks of us getting rid of Jones. And then he had a good end of the first end of the season, and basically kept him, at the club. So I mean, probably you could see Jones leaving, but you just wouldn't know. I mean,
according to this, Jones next summer would be in the last 2 years of his deal, so he's in a very similar situation to Luis Diaz, Kanate, maybe Robertson as well. So you would be thinking, if they're going to keep him, that they would be offering him a new deal soon. I personally think that anyway. So
yeah.
Gary reckons 15 points to play for, which we do. Scott, with the schedule coming up, any game could be a potential banana skin. 100%
exactly.
There.
Yeah.
Bond says we've got a strong squad, which we do have. Evening, Sneaker Wakefield, hope you're doing well, mate. Red, this is a question for you, Sean, from Redman. When are you going to start your own channel again?
Well, if you're talking about Fenway, we come not to pay, never. I'm going to leave that up to the FSG Out Brigade, or whatever they want to call themselves. I've been there, done that, worn the T-shirt, literally worn the T-shirts, used to sell the T-shirts. And it's up to them now to do something with that. I've dedicated 5-6 years of my life to that, and it was possibly the worst. In terms of a channel, I'm very happy doing this. This was kind of something that I think we decided we were going to kind of do, maybe a podcast, and then it turned out to be kind of a weekly thing. So I'm fairly content on doing this. I think Adam would probably, and it's safe to say Adam would have more knowledge about football and agents than I would. So I'm not too sure whether anyone wants to see my mug, especially when this guy is, the ladies and even the lads love him with his big blue eyes. Do you know what I mean? So.
This is all right. This is not becoming a thing. This is not becoming.
Oh yes, it is.
This is not becoming a thing. It's not. Wakefield again saying Chelsea, but maybe their backline is shite, so definitely a score against them. I agree. Copites, evening. I'm doing well, mate. Just obviously buried my uncle today, but we're doing well. Bon was reading that AC Milan could not sell tickets for the Liverpool match. Oh, that's interesting. I might have to look at that while we're talking a bit later on. Copites again loves the picture behind us. How do we do it? We paid somebody to do it for us, didn't we?
Yeah.
Paid somebody to do it for us. Liverpool second team can beat West Ham. Who would be the Liverpool second team now? We've sold a few players.
I mean, you probably. Well, you're definitely saying Jones.
So you'd go Kelleher, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Shimikas, Endo, Jones, Tyler Morton. And then your front three would be Gakpo, Nunes, Kia. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we probably could. Yeah, we probably could. Good shout, Bon. Good shout. Have you heard of a band called Norwegian Scousers? I've not. Have you, Sean?
No.
The new Champions League format looks like it was made by someone pissed up, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's dreadful. It's dreadful.
How many games do you think Chiesa will get?
That's a good question.
I reckon he gets, including substitute appearances as well. I reckon he gets north of 20 games this season, as long as he stays fit.
Do you think they may kind of hold off and wait until the domestic cups, like the FA Cup and the League Cup, where they start him?
Yeah.
Because that's what I think will happen.
I think looking at the list, what we've just gone through, as long as he's fit and he don't pick up another injury, you could probably rubber stamp that as like Chiesa's first start. I reckon he comes on as a sub tomorrow. I reckon he comes on as a sub against Milan, and then probably against Bournemouth, and then he gets his first start against West Ham. I could see that happening, to be fair. Richards again, sorry. He would rest Jota for the fourth league games and start Jota on the bench. Not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Copites would pick Elliott over Jones, and then Bon 100% on Jones. I presume you mean
keep Elliott.
Keep Elliott over Jones. I presume you mean by that, but yeah, which we agree with. Do you think Nunes could go next summer?
That's something that I was even thinking about when we're talking about Chiesa and Jota. I don't see Nunes feature in Slot's plans. I just don't see it, and I don't know what it is. Whether he just doesn't like his temperament, whether he can't score in a brothel with a fistful of 50s, or that I don't know. I mean, obviously he did well in Copa America, apart from jumping into the crowd and doing an Eric Cantona job. But other than that, does the style of football suit? We'll see what happens. But I think it's definitely make or break for Nunes this year. And I think Nunes himself, if he doesn't start to get his game, I don't think is going to be too happy.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, if he doesn't start playing, I think he'll kick up a fuss. Wakefield 100% on Elliott, ridiculous ceiling to his game. I agree with that. Copites, do you think any of the new kids will get first team games?
Who are the new kids even more?
I wonder if he means the that 16-year-old he signed from Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Or Cisse's young
kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that young lad we got from Chelsea in League Cup, maybe, but I wouldn't hold me out. Wouldn't think so. Again, he said I've got nice eyes. Fuck off. Bon reckons that Nunes just needs a run of games. Yeah, I agree with that. I think when Nunes gets a decent run of games behind him, he'll start doing well.
I think we should do a poll, right?
I swear.
So, what?
I What if it's got to do with my eyes? I swear to God.
If it's got to do with my eyes. So, what would you rate Adam's eyes? 0 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 10. Is he? Are you actually setting up?
Am I writing that up? Am I?
That'll quieten the haters then, what?
That kid from West Ham as well. Can't think I've
What
seen
kid?
him.
What kid from West Ham?
I'll have to have a look at that. Jota is injury prone. Nunes must take his chance when it comes. Oh yeah, I can't see Jota staying fit this full season. Like, that ain't going to happen. It never happens.
You're after getting a 5 there, Adam.
5 out of what? 5 out of 5?
Out of 10.
Oh, I'm happy with that. Cheers, Copites. I'm happy with that.
Their contacts. Adam is proper fuming.
I'm not super fuming. I'm just, I don't know if I can play this song, Gareth. Because,
Martin.
I always seem to get pulled by for copyright and stuff, so I don't know if I've.
Oh yeah, got to be careful of that.
Martin.
Yeah, is Martin there?
I can't see Martin in here.
No, neither can I.
He thought it was 5 out of 5. Then no, it's a 10. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Copites. Yeah. I don't want to get too deep into it, but basically there seems to be like a strategic hit against the channel, shall we say, right? Where I upload a video and then within so many minutes or maybe a couple of hours, I get the same amount of number of dislikes. So it's obviously someone with multiple accounts or they've got people that they're doing it for them. So yeah, and you know what? I kind of know who it is, and I'm not stupid. But I find it funny as fuck because you can kind of tell.
It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely fucking hilarious.
We can tell who it is. Like my video today, no dislikes. That's all I'm saying. It's not going any further than that.
But it does absolutely nothing to your channel. So what's the point?
It doesn't do nothing, yeah.
It does nothing.
Gary Richards, one thing Adam makes great chips and gravy.
Oh, great chips and gravy.
If Man City is found guilty, do you want the title stripped from them? Yeah, probably, and wanting them relegated, but I wouldn't want
to be given the
I wouldn't want us to make a big song and dance about it. Let's say, for instance, we get told that we've won the title from X year. I wouldn't want it to be like, oh my God, we've won 2 Premier Leagues, like blah, 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 whatever. I'd just be like, all right, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Because that's where the asterisk really comes in. Because they go on about the COVID League and all of that. That's where the asterisks come in if we win that on the backs of City been cheating bastards. I personally don't want it. You can just null and void that fucking league if you want. Because then what do you do with clubs that have been relegated or clubs that didn't get top 4, didn't get into the Champions League? How do you compensate for that? You just can't.
Exactly. No.
So I just think they should just null and void it, get rid of the cheating bastards, and that's it. Because what they did with Rangers, they didn't go and fucking give trophies back or anything like it. It's not the Tour de France. It's not Lance Armstrong. You can't do that in football. Just, learn from the mistakes that were made and how they've got away with it for so long. Get them out of the fucking league. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Scott says I've caught him. Fuck you, Scott. Yeah, it's called Trolls. I know it's Trolls, and the weird thing is, they can actually get like a an attachment, shall we say, to your YouTube channel that reveals the person who is disliking your videos. Technology is a wonderful thing.
I think that should be invested in.
Copites reckons that relegation for City is good,
Absolutely.
and I agree. Gerard would get a title, which is all well and good. Bond says, I never understood why YouTube. Never understood about why. One thing I never understood about YouTube.
They're just like hidden.
Oh, right, yeah. I think it's so that people who have been on YouTube for a long time, like I'm not gonna lie, when I first started doing YouTube over a couple of years ago, and I started getting dislikes, when you first start doing it, it does knock you back a little bit.
Oh yeah,
like because you kind of like, what am I doing wrong here? Should I be doing something else or whatever? Blah 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 blah. But over years, I've been doing this over 2 years now, and I'm not asked. I really don't. I like calling it out, because if it was just one or whatever, this, that, and the other, it's because it's the same number every time. So obviously, it's the same person or people every time. So that's it.
And I mean, the thing is that, if you're getting dislikes, it's obviously that you're doing something right. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I don't see anything that you're doing wrong with the channel. And in terms of, like, the plans that we have for the membership, people are actually getting something out of the membership. And it's not like, was it £2 or £3 per month? And I know you don't like plugging it, but it's not like as if you're charging a colossal amount of money, and then people are kind of scratching their head and wondering, what the fuck are we actually getting out of it? The plans that we've been talking about, people are they're going to be pleasantly surprised, I personally think.
Yeah. Gary and Copites both agree that we're good with sound lads, basically, in these two comments here, mate. Scott wants to dislike a number to change it. Scott, mate, did you just go ahead and do that, mate? You just go ahead. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I'm just going to fucking dislike Scott's podcast because he didn't invite me. So fuck him.
Copites agrees with you there, Shauno. Nelson, Brendan Rodgers would get a trophy as well. Would he? Yeah, we would do. Yeah, would do? Yeah, I guess.
I'm not too sure whether our friend Frank would like that. Oh, Frank Carline, absolute brilliant man.
I guess, Sean, as we're getting towards the hour mark here, and this is supposed to be like a match preview. We weren't really spoke about. I know. We have, but we've gone off on other things. Let's talk. I reckon we'll talk about the City stuff, and then if anyone's got any questions towards the end, we'll cover them off. So yeah, if you want to talk about the Man City stuff, Sean.
Well, I don't know any more than what we have reported before, only that the hearing is Monday. So it's squeaky bum time, and karma is coming, bitches. And I'm just fucking thrilled. One of my former work colleagues messaged me, and he says, I bet you're going to be posting about all the Manchesters now, because he knows I take the piss out of United and I take the piss out of City. But it's really going to be it's going to be a telling, like the whole case is going to be very telling. And I think the likes of Forest, the likes of Everton are going to be looking in on this and looking to see what is done about it. The other thing that I just wanted to mention is that that you can't go above a certain amount of debt within the space of a couple of years. I think 3 years, and I think it's 100 million. And if I can get this right, United are 500 million. I think that's yeah. So they're actually in breach of profit and sustainability, but they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it.
I've got the full charges here. Actually, I've just found them now. If you want me to just go over them. So the 115 charges are, they've got 54 charges failure to provide accurate financial information between 2009, 2010, and 2017, 2018. I'm going to sneeze. Apologies.
You just after popping out one of his blue eyes. You want
They've got 14 charges for failure to provide accurate details for player and management payments during the same time period. 5 charges failure to comply with UEFA's rules, including financial fair play 2013, 14, and 17, 18. 7 breaches of breaching Premier League's PSR rules in 15, 16, 17, 18. And then 35 charges failure to operate with Premier League investigations December 2018 all the way till February 2023. According to this article I've just pulled up here from, what's this? Is this the Express? They're saying that City could be deducted 100 points. And the hearing will be in its entirety held private. The public will not hear what is said. The hearing,
they'll obviously know the outcome.
Well, the hearing's expected to run for around 10 weeks, so the verdict's not expected to be announced until early 2025. According to financial football expert Kieran Maguire, on an appearance on TalkSport, he said that if the allegations against Man City are proven, that surely has to be a major breach of the rules, effectively that the club misrepresented the money coming into the club. The club have also been accused of disguising payments to players and managers through third parties, effectively paid offshore via Abu Dhabi for services provided by members of staff. That is also completely against the rules, and one would think it could be that it is within the Premier League's rules, so we would have to be looking at the very significant points reduction. If all 115 charges are proven, then you would imagine the point deduction would be somewhere in the region of 60 to 100 points on the basis that they would want the club to suffer enough to be heading out of the division. And then Pep Guardiola has admitted that he's glad the hearing is finally taking place. He basically says here, it starts soon and hopefully finishes soon as an independent panel will decide. And I am looking forward to the decision. I am happy it's starting on Monday. I know there'll be more rumors, new specialists about the sentences we're going to see. I know what people are looking forward to, what they expect. I know what I read for many, many years now. Everybody is innocent until guilt is proven. So we'll see. I personally believe that if Man City are found guilty, this will be Pep Guardiola's last season at Man City.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. And I mean, you're going to see some players go too. But I mean, the thing is like this bullshit about, innocent until proven guilty. There's no smoke without fire. If you're found, that you could be guilty of 115 charges, I mean, who's to say that those 115 charges are not one of them aren't going to stick? It's obvious that it is. And a hacker got, these details. A hacker found out that of these charges and brought it to the attention of the world. So without a fucking doubt, I mean, what club then gets the guys in Abu Dhabi or whatever to go over and start chatting to the British government, and then for them to have the audacity to then put out a case against the Premier League because they think that the rules aren't fair? I mean, that is the desperation there. They know they're fucking guilty. And I'm loving it because I've been hearing about, these blue moon and all this bullshit. And, I hate that club with a passion. I hate it for everything it stands for. I hate it for it's just shit fans. And I'm sorry, David, I have no problem with you, mate. The David is my former work colleague. How are you doing? But I just fucking hate City. I absolutely fucking hate City. So, I'm looking forward to seeing them relegated, and they deserve to be relegated. Big shout out to Rick Roach, by the way, all the way from Oman. That's some good going, isn't it?
Evening, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's all good over there. Catchman's release. So Copites reckons it'll be 3-0. Same as me and you, Shauno. Gary says that Anfield will be rocking tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I know Doug earlier on, up very, very, very first comment from here. He says that he basically is en route to the game today. So he's on his way there now.
Oh, nice one.
Doug will be on the channel at some point, guys, and that's someone to look out for. Who's going to be joining us? Where was we up to now? All I can see is comments about my eyes. Gary was on about Anfield will be rocking tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I hope it is, because I'm not going to lie, and I'm probably going to get some shit for this. On TV, the atmosphere at Anfield has been shite for the past, apart from Jurgen's last home game, I say the atmosphere at Anfield's been shit for ages.
You're going to get the local fans saying, "Well, that's because of all you prawn cracker eating, day trippers and you out of towners and all of that." I've been to Anfield, and I've actually been to Old Trafford as well, and there's no difference. I mean, or there's plenty of difference. Liverpool is by far, hands down, the better atmosphere. I've gone to matches where the atmosphere wasn't great. I went to the Atlanta game where the atmosphere wasn't great when, Spine Cop 1906 and Spirit of Shankly decided to have no flags in the Cop. Didn't stop me to bring in my flag. That sounds rather sexual, but you know what I mean. But I have seen games where the atmosphere isn't great, but I've also been in Anfield where the atmosphere was incredible, and one was with yourself, Adam, for that Legends game. That was a fucking Legends game, and it was sold out, and the atmosphere there was incredible. So,
that was really good. I'm hoping to go next year as well, to be fair. All being well. Scott reckons that City will just get a massive fine and a long transfer ban. He honestly can't see anything else happening. Do you know what? I was actually going to ask you a question, Sean, but Scott's kind of rose it now.
Yeah.
If City either A, win this hearing so nothing happens, or B, they get a minimal punishment, for me, that puts the Premier League in a bad light, and that then opens the door for all the other clubs to start doing what the fuck they want. Because
when you consider that Everton was in breach of one thing or two things, two breaches, and they got 6 points deducted, and then it was reduced, the ban was reduced to 4.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have 115 charges against them. Anything less than 115 points deducted off them.
Yeah.
And a transfer ban and a massive fine is just simply not good enough. And I could see, if that is the case, if that happens, if they are found guilty on all charges or most charges, and they get some pissant, shitty, lame approach to their punishment, then that is absolutely nothing short of disgraceful. And I can see the league itself being in disrepute. I can see people campaigning against it. It would be the end of football for me. How can you talk about sportsmanship and the competitive end of the game and fair fairness and equality and all that shit they're the woke generation are talking about in the league. How can you talk about that when you allow a juggernaut like City do what they have done over the last 10 fucking years and allow them away with it?
Yeah.
So, the thing is this hacker has made it public. I'm sure that the league fucking knew about this for a long, long time. And going back to what I was saying about United have some fucking luxury. They're getting away with it.
They've been getting away with it for ages, though. Like they've been in debt. They've been in significant debt for well over a decade.
Well, I mean, you can't be a certain amount of debt. You can only be a loss of, I think it said 100 million over the 3 years, and they're 500 something million or some shite like that. And I mean, they're allowed away with it, and yet they're still talking about their fucking stadium, and they're still talking about bringing in players. It just does not make any fucking sense. No. If you're going to bring in a law of financial fair play and profit and sustainability, it has to be throughout the board and has to be fair. The whole idea of bringing it in was it was going to be a level playing ground for all, and it's not been that, because you fucking target on small clubs like Everton and and clubs like Nottingham Forest.
Do you know as well? You've got clubs like Newcastle that have got the richest owners in the world they're scared now.
Well, why do you think they're fucking leaving?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you're right, Gareth. The Premier League is corrupt, but I think that there's so much money behind City. And I think Sky Sports and I think the Premier League are worried that their little golden boy, Man City, are going to end up found guilty. They know they are. And it's going to be a big issue. Big issue.
Yep. I just want to catch up on some comments from some people as well, mate. So we've got Cop-Out saying he really hopes City don't just get a fine. That would be a shamble. I agree. Rick Roach from Oman. Bon reckon says 105 million over 3 years. I wonder if that's in relation to what you were just saying then, Sean.
United, yeah.
115 charges. Corruption goes way deeper, but they will just punish City. FA and the Ref Association will not be implicated. Remember the VAR fiasco last season with Spurs' disallowed goal.
Well, that's
thing.
That's a bit different, but that's an in-game mistake, and yeah, it's a fucking corrupt one at that. But we're talking about 115 charges over 10 years, and if they let that slide. I mean, no one should really fucking buy into the Premier League ever again. It should be, Yeah.
JT, only 3 games played, but loving how all score predictions are 3 or 4-0. Last season, we would be saying 3-1. Slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you remember, was that Rick, was it?
That was JT.
Or JT. JT, if you remember, like last year was terrible for us conceding goals. We'd always concede first, so we're always used to it, But it's great to see us doing so well in a position on the field that we weren't doing too good.
Yeah. No Hyde 72. You think a rich Arab can just walk in and do what they can in England without the old boys club having a hand in it? I think, again, this is going to go down a rabbit hole. We need Spectre here for this. It would not surprise me in the slightest if the government was involved in this, the owners of Man City taking over the club so that they could rejuvenate that area of the city out of their own pocket and the government wouldn't have to pay for it. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me the slightest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that, but I mean that's where then there has to be a line drawn in the sand, and an example has to be made. Either
wasn't there? Sorry, Sean. Wasn't there also like a rumor going around as well that when these charges were first brought against them, that the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi was going to have a meeting with the Prime Minister or something like that?
He did.
Yeah,
he did. He was talking about how this would affect the relations between Abu Dhabi and Great Britain. I mean, what fucking? I mean, honest to God, it's very plain and simple. To me, they're guilty of sin.
Yeah.
Guilty of sin.
Rick Roach, I think the verdict will inevitably be appealed. This will run and run. Yeah, I think Simon Jordan mentioned that on TalkSport. He mentioned something on the lines of he doesn't think that this case will not end in his eyes until 2030, because City will just keep hiring lawyer after lawyer after lawyer and making the FA do these like rabbit runs, going down these rabbit holes and doing this loop-de-loop and everything like that. And they'll just tie him up in court. I believe that as well. I don't think we'll get a definitive answer to this anytime soon. No way.
I think once we get the news, the fact that they're guilty, right? Once we get that, then I think the ball is rolling. Whatever they do in terms of an appeal, I still think it should, they can appeal till their heart's content. If they want to throw money away, let them. But at the end of the day, they've been found guilty. And I think they're guilty. So that's it.
John says, make Abu Dhabi pay the damages to the relegated teams. Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen, John, but a good idea.
Scott, they also got done by UEFA as well. They got a massive fine. Yes, they did.
City did.
Yeah. We've got a super chat by Rick Roach. Thank you, pal. Thank you for that, Rick. Mate. Appreciated. What else have we got here? Bon. Chelsea are still doing it. They sold 2 hotels to save them. Sold 2 hotels to themselves and the Chelsea women's team to themselves. Yeah. I think Scott may have mentioned that. I think I missed that one, to be fair. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, and City could, Chelsea will, I think, get in trouble too if City do.
Yeah. Rick Roach again. Pinto or whatever will resurface with more. Maybe, yeah. Inshallah, all good here, boys. Representing Oman Rids. Thank you pleasure to have you, mate. Pleasure to have you. Question for you from Rick Roach. Shano, I hope you had your jabs for going to the old toilet.
I did, yeah, I did. I literally washed myself with a Brillo pad for about a week. Couldn't get the smell of mank off me.
Joe Jono, the Premier League will make an example of them because it will completely make a mockery of the future of the league. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier on. Like, I hope that, if City get away with this, then as you say, it'll make a mockery of the league, and then all the other clubs are going to start trying the look then, because they'll be like, well, you didn't do naught to them, so what's different to us? Like, so yeah, I agree with that. Pep will get locked up with the rioters.
Pep will go fucking flying to Saudi Arabia and he'll manage a fucking big ass fucking club there with load of money. Or actually, he may not because. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say he might end up managing their international team for World Cup in 2026 or something. Rick Roach, do we know if any fine the effects of their financial fair play and quota, i.e., does it affect what they can spend thereafter? I reckon if they get found guilty, you have to make a fine. I think something like Scott mentioned earlier up, I think they'll get a transfer ban as well, potentially. Like, this could be quite severe. Like, they may end up having to sell players like Haaland and stuff like that and not be able to replace them. Like, it could be. Again, this is very, very dramatic, like, worst case scenario for Man City fans. This could be the end of Man City as we know it, and it could go back to what it was. Like, could be. In all fairness, Sean, I know you're buzzing about that, but
I am.
I'd kind of hate that at the same time, because I don't want Man United to be the best club, my best team in Manchester.
I don't want. I mean, look. I mean, who's sweating Man United? I'm not. I mean, Radcliffe, since he's come to the club, And you know, to be honest with you, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a fuck about what any other club does. I'm not interested in what any other club does, right? Not one. Not United, not City, not any of them. I couldn't care less. I love Liverpool, right? And that's it. The end of the day, right? The only reason why we're talking about is because it relates to the league and the integrity of the league. And I find it funny, you know, the whole Ten Hag thing and Sky Sports fascination with Ten Hag, because he's about as interested in watching paint dry. He really is. And he has no charisma about him in terms of how he deals with the media in comparison to Slot. But and that's always been the case for Man U and their managers. But my point is I don't give a shit about United. I don't give a shit about Man City. But it is important for the integrity of football and integrity of the league to obviously bring it up and talk about it, because it does affect everyone.
Yep. Where was we with the comments? So Copite says that Premier League is corrupt. You've covered that one already, Sean. Yeah, I agree with that. Scott, it's a mockery when Chelsea are getting away with by selling their hotels. Yeah, couldn't believe that, to be fair. Rick Roach again. Oh, it's the same one. Sorry. Super chat. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate it. Bon, Premier League let United get away with extra 40 over COVID time. I think they let I think they'll relax the rules around COVID, but yeah, you are right. Like, they let United get away with a fair amount. Copites, do you think the Super League will come back? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, the FSG are in cahoots with the Glaziers with this thing called the Big Picture. Sorry, the Big Project Big Picture. And I'll tell you what the Project Big Picture is. They want to scrap the League Cup. They want to scrap the Community Shield. They want to reduce the league to 18 teams. They want to create more space in the fixture lists. They're not doing this because they want the players. They feel that the players need a break. What they're going to try and do is to form a European Super League, or send their teams around the world to play other super clubs. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is that I think it was a Tom Warner or John W. Henry that was talking about playing a Premier League game in America.
Tom Warner, yeah.
Tom Warner. So you have that. Now, you also look at FSG and what they did in terms of the golf. There was a breakaway league from the PGA. So that is the equivalent to the Super League. So when the FSG kiss asses, you know, think that, oh, John W. Henry would never do that to Liverpool Football Club. He tried. We rebelled and we told him no. He will fucking try again.
100%. Gary Richards, do we think that FSG will ever sell Liverpool? Yeah, if you're saying ever, like as in ever,
of course.
Yeah,
of course.
In the next 5 years, no. Like, I personally thought that Jurgen Klopp's contract was the timeline. I thought they would have wanted to have sell by the time Klopp left, but obviously he left before his contract ended. There was a rumor going around, or maybe a theory, shall we say, that with the transfer window we've just had, that people could potentially be, well, FSG are basically trying to make the books balance a little bit more, to make it look a bit more appealing, and that they've brought in Edwards to be like, look, we've got a management team here for you that can run the club. We've just balanced the books by not really spending much this summer and cutting the wage bill. We're going to potentially get rid of big earners off the wage bill, so that makes it look a bit more appealing. Or it could you could see it as in they're going to tie down Salah, Trent, and Virgil, and be like, we've tied down the big three players. That's it. Even that's more appealing. Like, well, I guess the long answer to that is yes, they will end up selling the club at some point, but right now, you've got to think as well with that dynasty equity that bought a share of the club. The guy who runs that is also on the board or has got stakes in FSG, so he will know the end game of what FSG is planning with Liverpool, and that's why he's bought into Liverpool. So he hadn't bought into them without wanting to get some off the back end of his purchase. So,
well, dynasty equity, like one of the board members is part of FSG. So, I mean, I think, like, here's the thing. What was I going to say? That's old age for you guys. We still owe FSG money for the stadium, for the expansion. We're paying this out. We've paid for that stadium, right? For the expansion. FSG haven't. They've just lent us and they've put interest on it, right? So it's a loan. So we still have to pay that out to them. I don't know how much is left on that. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think once that is paid off, they may run for the hills, and Linda and John will go off in their yacht with LeBron James and fucking Kylian Mbappe.
No, yeah, I agree. Just going to put some of these stickers in the chat since I've just seen Martin was sharing them as well. The member stickers, shall we say. What else was there? Martin says the FSG will never leave. Copites, if City get relegated, do Football League have to accept them? If not, they would have to play in Abu Dhabi League. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how that works, mate. Copites, you could say the same for Newcastle as well, maybe.
I don't think so, because, I mean, Newcastle haven't really done anything above and beyond. I mean, that to me was like that was all built up to be, the next big thing, and it turned out to be a fucking,
Yeah. They should only be one apple. Type that in again, Bond, just so we know what you're talking about, mate. Let us know what you're on about there. Martin, if City get away with it, they will. Then I will be done with football. I can get that sentiment. Miscusi had to leave us because he sharted. Could only happen to him. United is not Manchester. No, it's not. It's the Man United Stadium is not in Manchester. Shall we say the city itself? It's quite a distance away. Rick Roach, well said, Shauno. Scott.
Yeah.
To be honest, UEFA is basically the Super League now with a new format. Yeah, 100%. And it's probably the reason why they did the new format. They probably would have kept it as is if it wasn't.
Absolutely. Yeah,
League.
absolutely.
So, yeah, I agree with that.
This is why I don't like the fucking new format, if I'm honest.
Rick, maybe if the City decision is bland, then the other clubs say, well, we may as well go Super League route as Premier League can't keep its house in order. That could potentially.
I think if anyone was to pose or propose the whole Super League again, I think that would be certainly a good argument. Absolutely.
Copites, FSG will sell to Dubai, in my opinion.
I wish they would say Dubai.
I agree.
There you go, ladies. You got a good close-up of Blue Eyes Naylor.
Scott didn't like the new structure. He's the vice chairman of Liverpool, apparently. Is that the guy who you were on about with Dynasty Equity? I didn't know that. If he is, I'll have to look at it.
I was going to say Epstein, but that's a totally different fucking
Edwards.
character. No, I can't think of. Hold on till I find out, because that's going to annoy me.
John says that Ten Hag is a testy little leprechaun.
Well, that would suggest that he's Irish, and he sure as fuck isn't.
So what I actually want to share something with you, Sean, actually, to be fair. I don't know if you've seen this. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Boom, boom, boom. Where would I have saved it to? Bear with me a moment. Oh, bloody hell. It would be saved like that, wouldn't it? Can't you just show me where? You know what? I'm going to have to find it again. Bear with me a moment.
David Ginsburg. David Ginsburg. He is the vice chairman of Fenway Sports Group, Boston Red Sox, and Liverpool. And he's also the chief financial officer of, what is he? Yeah, he's something anyway. Fuck him.
Let me just see if I can
Bond
find
said, sorry, City should only have one appeal in their case. Yeah. That's what he meant.
I'm going to try that way, right? I'm going to have to try it another way. Rick says, I live here in Dubai and work in Oman. I would be staggered if Dubai would go head to head with Abu Dhabi. Really? What's your expand on that, Rick? What makes you say that? I would have thought that they would have maybe like you've got Saudi up at Newcastle, you've got Abu Dhabi at Man City. I don't know. I thought maybe Dubai would like its own club. I don't know. Like we all know they came very close to buying them in the early 2010s, maybe potentially. That's one there. Guy Richards there. DIC Group will buy Liverpool in 3 years. DIC is the group that came close to buying Liverpool back in the day. I'm trying to share something with you, Shano. You might find it quite interesting, to be fair.
I'm gonna put my dicks in.
Have you seen the rumored colours of the Adidas Liverpool kits for next year?
I don't think so.
So apparently, this is the colours. They're going with black, the white. You remember the cream kit we had with Nike when it was like with the collar and stuff?
Yeah.
Bring that colour back, and obviously with the red. Also, apparently the rumour is that one of the kits, it will bring back a legacy logo, very similar to the one that you've got on that jacket there.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back that.
Oh, and fucking sell.
I need to try and find it. Again, I don't know. Again, guys, these may just be.
I love the retro crits. I love the retro kits, Garrett. I'd sooner go and get a retro kit than I would. Now, in fairness, I've got the home jersey and I've got the white jersey, like my cartoon.
Like which? Where have I saved this to now? You know, which one of these would you want on a? Because apparently they've done like a retro kit for Juve this year of Adidas. So this is where the idea is coming from.
If they've done that, they'll do it for us then.
So, which one of these badges I'm going to put up on the screen now would you and the chat prefer on like say if they did like a retro style kit for Liverpool next year?
Well, okay, so I don't think that they can do the centenary one. For obvious reasons, and I don't think they can do the 125-year one for obvious reasons. So you're looking at probably the 87-92 one, or maybe the 55 to 68 one. The 1950 to 1955 one is nice. Can't imagine them doing the 1940 because it looks very like the United jersey or United crest, and I think people would be fairly fucked off with it. I can't see them doing the 82 to, is it 1950? Was that? I can't see them doing that.
Yeah. I've got a couple of mocks to show you.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm not saying these are official, but again, let me just load these up now for you. Hold on a moment. Where have I put that one now?
I had a centenary jersey, but I don't know where I think I got rid of it.
So this is the Mexico kit this year. So obviously changed the Mexico logo out,
Yeah.
put Liverpool on it. Standard chartered, obviously, as well. That's a potential mock-up for a Liverpool kit for next year. And then there's also this one.
That's beautiful. That is fucking gorgeous. Yeah.
So that's just a little.
Obviously, they're not going to have the old Adidas logo, are they?
I don't know. Depends what Adidas is going with, I suppose. I don't know.
Tell you.
What's he? Rick said here, Adam, same family will not pee each other off as next rule. We're not allowed. All right. I'm going to just say I didn't know that the royal families or the families in Dubai and Abu Dhabi were related. That's just me being, shall we say, I can't think of the word is now. None the wiser, shall we say. I wasn't aware. Copites likes the retro kits. He bought all the new kits for 40 quid. I would not be surprised if I could not get my hands on next year's kits by late November, December this year.
We're trying to get him to buy the home jersey because then
I've got it. I wore it the other day.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Sorry.
Mermaids and Merman badge for the win. Yeah.
It's Merman.
Number 8 for him. I'll have to bring that up again. I can't remember which one they are now.
Number 8 is after the centenary.
Yeah, that one, 93.99. Yeah. If I had to pick one off of here, I do like the one on your jacket, Shano. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do like that one. I could see that with Adidas next to it.
Because I can't see them doing, and here's my reason, right? So we have the current one, right? The 1968 to 97 one is or 87, I think, is it? Yeah, 87. Yeah. That's too similar, right? Obviously, the 125-year one, they can't do that. I can't see them doing the 1955 to 68 one because that's too similar as well. So unless they do, I think there's probably there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 options there. Number 3, the one that I have on me. Actually, after the centenary one, they probably do. I can't see them bringing out the centenary one.
Do you know?
Go on.
I honestly think there's only 2 choices here. In all fairness.
Yeah. Which is
the backlash they've had from the one that's out now. I think they changed that because of the backlash they've had. I reckon.
But what backlash? They had second.
Carrigan and stuff
Carrigan. Like, honest to God, what was the backlash on that? I didn't see. I mean, you didn't complain about it the last couple of seasons when we had it.
No,
it's only because it was changed on all of the website and everything. So I don't see.
I think personally it's between 87, 92.
Right.
And I can't see the date in it because of that thing at the bottom that's going across the screen, but the second to last one, the one underneath, the 87, 92, I think it's between them 2.
The second to bottom?
Yeah.
So the one before the...
One before the new one.
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be too soon to bring that back as a retro. I think I think it's probably this one, one, or fuck! Didn't I get goddamn Curry on the fucking thing?
Scott's favorite badge is the previous one we had when we had the Adidas last time. Tell you what, I'm gonna look for an Adidas kit from last time while Shano talks.
Well, lads and ladies, DIC Gary.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Go on.
I wonder if someone's done a mock-up with Sabozlai in an Adidas shirt.
I've seen it. Is it the one with the kind of? It looks like the candy kind of.
Yes, that is
Yes,
nice.
that's a beautiful one. Yeah, show that.
Let me see if I can load that up on here now.
I'm gonna have to wash this fucking top now.
Here we go. Boom. So it's just loading up into here.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous one.
That's an I would be all over that. Bring back long sleeves as well. I would be all over that. Like I don't know what. Yeah, that's sick. That one. That I actually think that would probably be the best home jersey in years.
Yeah.
In years.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you'll get some gobshite complaining about the collar, but fuck it. I mean, it's beautiful. In fact, you know, as is, I wouldn't change the collar for love or money there.
No. Yeah. So that's that one. What have we got going on here? JT, I really hope they use the tree foot Adidas than just the Liverpool advance on just standard charted letters without the symbol. Yeah. Where it says,
oh, I know the one you're talking about. So the one that's like this, the Adidas thing that's like this, is it?
Yeah, I think the one out now is the one I like. The Liverpool home jersey.
Yeah, I've got the home and I've got the white one, and I like both of them. Not too fond of the black one that Martin has.
I like that one, to be fair. 93.99 badges. The current Chelsea plastic badge style would be awesome. The colours will pop like retro 80s sticker style. Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can find the Liverpool Adidas tree foil. Adidas Liverpool tree foil.
We should actually pick the last couple of Liverpool jerseys under Adidas. Have a look at them if you can do that, Adam, or is that too much?
No, I can. I've got one here that I can just pop up. This is. I think I've got this one over there. Actually, I think this is.
There's one I love.
There's this one. You know what I liked as well? Adidas style with Liverpool. That black and red one.
Black and red one.
Torres wore it. I'm sure he did.
All right, Garrett. Garrett's leaving.
All right, mate. I hope you have a good evening, pal. Have a good evening. Where's that one gone now? I'll pop this one up on screen just so you can see it. Do
you remember the black and silver one?
That might be the one I'm about. I don't know. That one.
No, I didn't really like that one. All right, Rick. That reminds me of fucking Joe Cole and Hodgins and all of them. No. It's a nice jersey, but
see you later, Rick. Thanks for the super chat, pal. Hope you have a good evening.
Thank you, Rick. Join us as a member, by the way. You should join us as a member. Big fan.
Where's that gone? What about this one then? I'll just save this one as. I can't really find them anymore, but I think this is probably the last one I show because so I hope this is the one that you're on about. It's not quite as simple as just doing this. This one reminds me of Fernando Torres, but in a long sleeve version.
Yeah. Well, that was the first jersey he wore, isn't it?
Yeah. There's another Szoboszlai one here. They like to do mock-ups of Szoboszlai. I'm not too sure on this one, to be fair. See what you think of this one.
Right.
Again, this is just a mock-up, guys, by some people who've made these. Where's that one gone? There we go. Boom.
Yeah, Muscusi, I'm really happy that we're going back to Adidas.
We think to
that. There's a lot going on.
That's what I was thinking. There's too much going on, isn't there?
There's
too much going on.
I would have the Adidas, like the order when they had the three things on the shoulder. I'd have the Adidas on the third stripe. I'd have it there, and then I would have the crest on the chest. I wouldn't have it in the middle like that. It's not like Reebok, and there's too much going on between Standard Chartered's squiggly fucking thing and no.
There's this one here that I've just seen, which is not really. It looks a bit fake, to be fair. Well, obviously these are all fake, in all fairness, but this one looks too much like a Man United top. Let me show you. In fact, I will show you this one. Hold on. This is a bit last one I'll show you.
Martin, yeah, old Rushy one. Unless you put that crest on the chest and just leave the Adidas thing in the middle, that might look better.
Where's that gone? It's there. Boom. Right, this one's just loading up into the system. There you go. Don't you think that gives off Man United vibes?
I'm getting slight Man United vibes to it, all right. But only because they've been with Adidas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, that one's the best one, I think.
That one's a fucking beaut, that.
That one wasn't too bad, to be fair. That one's a bit too much going on. That one's the United one.
I'm going to try and find that fucking jersey, the one I'm talking about, because I love that jersey. The black and silver one.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about Liverpool as well before we get off, mate? I guess, and actually, if I tell you before I want guys before we go, score predictions in the chat. Score predictions. We were supposed to be doing a match review.
Sorry, the 2011-2012 jersey.
All right, let's have a look.
I think that's it.
Is it home or away?
It's the away one. It's a black one.
With red, has it got red on it? Red lines?
I don't think so.
It says it's the away one for that year. I found one here that someone's selling by the looks of it.
Yes, it does have kind of red lines. Yeah. This one was fucking beautiful. This one. Can I?
I'm going to pop it up on here. Hold on, if it works.
Oh, it's absolutely. I have this. I still have this one. It's a gorgeous.
It's a bit of a shit picture, that, to be fair.
But it's a fucking gorgeous one.
You've got a better picture than that. You can show it on screen if it works, mate.
Hold on now. There we go. Oh.
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Right, guys. Sean, anything you'd like to cover before we get off? Final prediction.
I'm going for 3-0. I'm going for 3-0. Not going for 3-1, Scott. I think we still pull it off, that we don't concede another goal. And I'll tell you one thing for nothing. Slot was absolutely robbed of Manager of the Month. Absolutely robbed. Let's not, lose a run of ourselves. There is one thing that I would like to say on a more public thing, and nothing to do with football. It's to do with Conor McGregor. Please stop. Please, Conor. Stop talking about becoming president of Ireland. You absolute spanner. Nobody wants you. That's it.
I'm so far out of the loop that I didn't even know that was a thing.
Conor McGregor, I swear to God, he's just a head wrecker. I used to be a big fan of Conor's, right? I don't know why I'm saying I used to be a fan of Conor's, like as if we were fucking. I'd have a pint of his proper 12 whiskey with him, but ever since he started acting the idiot and being an absolute dick, and he's talking all sorts of rubbish to be significant, to be in the limelight, whatever, and now he's talking about becoming president of Ireland. And anyone that knows about Ireland, anyone that knows about how, the role of the president, knows that that's just a figurehead. They do fucking nothing. So, yeah, Conor, shut the fuck up. Stick to your MMA or whatever drug you're taking and leave it at that. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I just had to get it off my chest because Jesus Christ, I just saw his fucking swollen head talking about I'm going to be fucking, you know, honest to God, shut up.
Bon, watch-alongs. I don't know, mate. I'll maybe do one on Champions League, maybe. Don't know. Maybe. Might do. Maybe. JT, do we need a young manager of the month award? Probably. That lad from Brighton would probably win it all the time.
Well, he would have fucking got it, wouldn't he?
Scott, glad you was here, mate. Thank you also for becoming a member of the channel.
Thank you, Scott.
And have a great weekend. And I'll speak to you in the week at some point about obviously our plans for next week, mate. Miss Guzzi must be behind on the stream. That's a beautiful kit, to be fair. And if you're on about the Szoboszlai one, I agree. And Bon can't stand McGregor either, so you can agree with something there, Sean.
Absolutely, Bon. I mean, you know, we have fantastic sports people in this country. Kelly Harrington being one, Katie Taylor being one, and an absolute. I used to actually hang out in that kind of circle of friends with Katie Taylor. I used to know her sister, just in passing, whatever. But they're all lovely, you know, people.
So yeah, guys, we're gonna probably sign off now. Oh, Martin's just joined us all in a moment. See if he's got anything he'd like to say.
I did message it. I've been trying to get back on, but it kept on spinning on my end.
Yeah, we were just stopping you.
We're just about to finish off, mate. Anything you'd like to say about the match tomorrow?
Slot ball. No, I've been them right. Remember the old candy top? The red one.
Yeah.
With like the faded white, grey, whichever it was going through.
Yeah.
I want that back, mate, with the badge number 4 that you put up. I know with the badge number, the one that Sean's got on his jersey now, that was the one that was on it. But I like the badge number 4.
Right.
Oh, you're talking about the one that I have with Aldridge's number.
Yeah.
55-68.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know the one. It's too small on the screen for me to see, but the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 badge was the one that was on the top. I just think badge number 4 would sit pretty on it.
Maybe, but I can only see kind of number 4.
I never ever liked number 8.
Yeah,
number 8? The centenary
93-99.
Yeah, you know it's nice because it's got it's too colourful. It's got the eternal flame on it, you know. But to me, it's too much. It's too many colours on it. Like they dropped it down to what that blue, the green and red one there, second from the bottom.
Yeah.
Even to me, that wasn't one of my favourites. I do like the Liver Bird, and I love the one that we've got now. But my all-time favourite badge is the oval. It's always been that one.
I'll give you a good one, lads. When it was 125 years, they brought out the old jersey, the first jersey, the blue and white one with the old kind of merman thing or whatever. And I bought it. And someone said, I came into work once and they says, what the fuck are you doing? Going to, you know, ride in the fucking Grand National. They thought it looked like a fucking jockey wearing it. But
you got the right accent.
Fuck off. Well, I'm from Kildare, so I mean, there's some good horses there in Ireland.
Favorite ever jersey?
Huh?
Favorite ever jersey?
Ooh.
Mine would be one of the ones we showed earlier. The one that Torres wore when he first joined us, the Adidas one with like the big pop-up collar thing.
Yeah, I like that one, but my favourite ever one was do you know when Carlsberg come and we had the white stripes coming up the side.
I'll tell you, I'll give you one, right?
What? Fucking hang on, PG
not
section now.
The Titty Camara one, the green one.
Oh yeah,
with the
black collar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with that the white line went down like that, like it went across. Yeah, that was nice. That one. Yeah. John reckons 3-1 Liverpool tomorrow. So everyone can. There's a few people that thinking Liverpool are going to concede tomorrow.
That's mad, John.
I can't see him. Unless it's freaking Davok Origi's new nets it.
Oh, yeah, he plays for them now, doesn't he? He does,
That's right, yeah, yeah. Can you imagine
Well,
if he scored, he wouldn't celebrate, guaranteed.
No, but you know what? I think if he scored and he celebrated, I don't think the cop would give it to him.
No. Oh, no.
They'd love it. They'd fucking cheer him.
Yeah, they probably would celebrate for him, yeah. They'd probably celebrate with him.
I think they would.
Right. Cool. So, yeah, we'll probably end the show there then, guys. We'll have our videos out probably tomorrow after the game.
Yeah.
Our little quick match reactions.
Yeah, mine will be a bit later on because I'm working, so I won't get chance.
Clean out your pipes.
Other than that,
hide your dogs, hide your cats.
Other than that, we'll be back live Monday with a bit more of an in-depth
Before you go, what was the video for the other day for the disliking? Because I caught the back end of it. I was like, what the fuck's he going on here?
Just the strategic hit that's coming out on the channel, and it's obvious who it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Are you still eating, you fat man?
I'm just picking at things. Picking.
So, yeah.
Have you got your shit ready for the 5th?
Yes,
I do actually. I do. I have the. I'm all kitted out. I'm giving Toby a bit of abuse on the WhatsApp, which is good.
Yeah, if you get any things from his Instagram, he's been hacked on his Instagram.
Right.
I was a little bit worried about the DM he sent me.
Yeah.
JT says 5-0. Jota with a hat trick.
And Bond says that Origi is a cult hero. He
absolutely is. I love Origi. Love him.
Yeah, right. We're signing off, guys. Back Monday, live stream. Videos out tomorrow with reactions. And I will think about potentially doing a watch along for the AC Milan game because I'll be watching it here. So there'll be nothing else for me to do. I might as well just do it live. Why not? Fuck it. So yeah.
That'll be fun. That'll be Mark Aldridge.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll try and come out with miners like you.
Get back in touch with Lancashire lad, mate. For us.
Oh, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Yeah. Right, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit that like button, or if you hit the dislike button as well, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, do.
Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, guys, and we will catch you on Monday for another live show. But until then, it's me from Adam, Martin, and Shauno. We'll see you then.
So long.